Welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode of Ro-JoSports. Joe, this is madness. Speaking of
It,
madness, it's March
it
Madness.
sure is.
I want to talk about our current bracket challenge on the ESPN side of.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay. I can't go any further without getting this off my chest.
Oh shit!
This has got to be some of the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life in the past, 2 weeks the tournament's been on? Absolutely atrocious. We got guys walking, traveling all over the place. I mean, Boozer gets literally nailed in the face, has a black eye, no call, still makes the shot, by the way. And that last 7 minutes of that UConn Duke game, that should be put on film of what not to do as referees. They literally let UConn do whatever they wanted to Duke for no. I know Duke gets calls or whatever, but that's fine. And I hate Duke, and they're making me side with Duke on this. I'm absolutely flabbergasted that this happened. I couldn't believe it. The legend, my mom upstairs, she was watching the game. She couldn't believe that I was saying that like Duke's getting hosed in this game. They're getting killed. Like, I mean, what's Boozer got to do to get a call down there? I mean, they're literally elbowing him in the face, slapping his arms, like trying to take charges. Like, well, all right, I'm done. Sorry. And it's happened for multiple games, not just this game.
No,
But unbelievable.
go for it, man.
Just unbelievable. I gotta cool down here a second. Hold on.
So what you're referring to, Joe, is the amazing comeback last night of the UConn Huskies taking down Duke 73-72. And I know you're not saying anything in regards to how great of a last second shot that
Right? Yeah. No. The last like 30 seconds of that game, it was great. That was that was awesome. But the 7 minutes, which got them into the game, is what I'm talking about because they were 3 of like 25 from 3-point range. There should be no reason they're in this game. None. Zero. They should be out. And it wasn't all Duke like turn the ball over or anything. It was just like they're getting hammered and they don't get called. No call. Nothing.
that would have
Like,
been
oh, well,
that would have been like if Michigan had let Tennessee come back.
yeah. It's like Duke wasn't letting them come back. I couldn't shoot shit either. And then Duke would go down the floor, get hacked, nothing. Then UConn brings the ball back. They go down. They shoot a layup. It goes in, and they call a foul for Duke touching them. It happened. It happened for like 5 minutes. I was like, "What is going on in this game?" Didn't help that I had Duke in my sheet either. But I'm just all the way around, just unbelievable. And it's not just this game either. It's been happening the whole tournament.
Oh
Just
yeah.
not just the Duke to other teams. It's certain teams just get a whistle. I don't know what it is.
Well, speaking of Duke on paper, people picking Duke in the bracket, I do want to give a shout out now, finally, hopefully uninterrupted, but truly, it's fine that you did so. I understand it. Looking at our Ro-JoSports bracket challenge that we have on ESPN Tournament Challenge, originally LG was winning handily. He had it. But after that last second shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brackets went from up at the top to down just from that last second shot.
Yep.
So now, barring any kind of miracle, which I think even if Michigan wins, ES22 has Michigan picked. I think that either way, Jonah will end up being the winning bracket. He called his bracket, his team name, Jonah's winning bracket. ironically enough. And he's sitting at 98. Well, if you round it, 99% correct on his bracket.
Hey, there we go.
So we got the best sports watchers anywhere here at
Who's he have winning it
Ro-JoSports.
all?
UConn.
Oh, that just makes me sick. I mean, I hate to say it, Jenna, but I'm rooting against them the rest of the time. They're on the list. They're on the list of I will never root for them again at
so
this point.
so is this the Joe's version of the Chris Jericho list?
There is a list. You want to know the list? I have. Well, it's called the Joe's No Bet list. Okay, there's only 2 teams on it. Well, okay, 3 teams. There's Boston College. Doesn't matter the sport. I'll go against them every time. Doesn't matter what they're playing. It could be Tiddlywinks. I don't take Boston College. Second team, Clemson basketball. God awful. They never cover. They never win. They never hit overs. They stink. Okay. Third is Georgia basketball. Same reason as Clemson, but Georgia also can't rebound, so that's why they're on there. And then now it's UConn. UConn's been put on the list. They might have jumped Georgia and Clemson
They're
for
sitting
hate.
at number 2,
They
huh?
might be number 2. Boston College is number 1 by far. No one beats them. But UConn's sitting at number 2. And it's not even that it's not even because they won the game. That's what makes it sick. It has nothing to do with them winning. It's just how the whole thing transpired. I'm still
Yeah,
going.
it was ugly. But can we talk about that last possession by Duke? The throw in,
Yeah.
and then what? Hold the ball.
I mean, everyone's saying that now, but like the UConn guys are the ones that made the good play
Yeah,
because that was the correct play. Him throwing the ball down the thing.
yeah.
Because what happens if he holds on to the ball and they don't get a foul like they haven't been getting the whole game, and it's a 10-second call, so they still have 2 seconds to get a shot.
Well,
Everyone will be going, "Why aren't you getting the ball past half court?" Like stuff like that.
yeah. Well,
You
Duke
know,
did. Duke had one timeout left.
yeah. Well, they called it
Yeah,
when it was 0.2 seconds when they were down.
yeah. I mean, I think in the situation where Boozer got trapped in a corner originally, at that moment, I think it would have been wise. I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I think at that moment, it might have been wise to be like, okay, we're trapped. I see something going on. Call timeout, or whatever. Let's reset. Let's don't. But can't go back. Can't go back in
Well,
time.
the one player that should be like getting the blame is the point guard. Was it Thomas? He
Yeah,
didn't guard the guy. He didn't guard Mullins. Not one bit. If he was just making it difficult, make him go to the line. Something. I don't
yeah,
care. That like you can't let him just get a clean look like that.
yeah. I can't have a free look from the logo. That kid could shoot from
Yeah.
wherever he wants.
Right. Everyone could do that nowadays, it seems. So like if he's got the ball past half court, it's in range. So you better play D.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, but off of the Duke UConn fiasco, I do want to talk about the Illinois win over Iowa.
Too easy.
It was kind of a cakewalk. I mean, the score shows 71-59, but really, the score looks closer than the game actually was.
Yep.
And then beating Purdue. Purdue was up at half.
Yeah, they just kind of they fell apart. They Purdue'd. That's just what happens. I really like their chances. I saw it after. I was like, oh man, yeah, Purdue's gonna win. And then that's another game where they started calling the game just like how this UConn game was called. Like Arizona was getting every call. Purdue would
Yeah,
take the ball down low. They get destroyed. Nothing. Arizona takes it down low. They get breathed on. Up, foul, and one. That's just what was happening. And you can't win if you get that. It's hard to win.
I have to save the best for last, and I'm trying not to be biased.
They're not the best.
Right now,
Who?
they're the first team since 1993 UConn, I think it was, to average 90 points every single game in the tournament since early 90s.
Well, I hate to burst the bubble, but they're running into the team that's going to win it all probably.
This should be the national championship because whoever wins this game is going to beat Illinois.
No, I doubt it. Illinois, hey, you're sleeping on Illinois. This Illinois team is nice. Okay, they might be the best team. They might not have the one next to their name, but they're playing like the best team. No one scores on them.
It is hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. Michigan beat them twice this year.
And they're playing lights out right now. Personally, the last time Michigan played a team that was pretty good, Duke, what happened? That play inside.
Yeah.
They got beat. I'm thinking it's going to be the same way.
Well, Tennessee was more of an inside team too with I think their starting 5, they had 4 players above 6'10".
Yeah, but they also shot 31% from the field. I mean, wide open too. Wide open shot.
Yeah, you didn't have to guard them.
Yeah. You can't win games when you're wide open and you're missing everything. I mean, that's just...
You know what bothered me more than anything else in that game? I can't remember the kid's name. I'm sorry. I can't remember the kid's name. I think it was number 10 for Tennessee, I think. He was a center, real big dude.
Is he the one that got the technical?
Yeah. What do you have his name readily available? If not, it's okay. It's not really.
Not really. I don't know him. He's not worth knowing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really worth mentioning. But this is okay. You remember, and I know I'm probably gonna poke the bear here a little bit. But do you remember the last time that Michigan played Ohio State at Ohio State at their football stadium, and Michigan won that game? And at the end, everybody was, all pissed off because they were doing the flag planting or whatever in the middle of the field. And, Ohio State had 60 minutes to show fight, and they didn't. And then now all of a sudden they want to, which I'm not necessarily for the flag planting.
Well, I mean, we all saw what that meant for Michigan because now the coach is gone. So really,
but what I'm getting at is that player for Tennessee, their center. Again, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, I can't. But the Tennessee gave up. I think Michigan went on like a 22 or 24-0 run. Something stupid, And this kid finally shows that he wants to be aggressive and do it after the whistle on the side, bumping into Thomas, I think it was, number 21 for Michigan, after the play, and started mouthing obscenities towards the Michigan bench. And kudos to Dusty May. All right,
I would mouth obscenities to him too. I don't like him either.
Well, I'm just saying that in that situation, whenever he came up and he, that center came up and brushed up against Thompson from Michigan, how quickly that could have turned into malice at the palace, and Thompson take a swing at him or something.
Well, I mean that turned the malice at the palace is a little different.
That was a fan issue, yeah. But
that's a fan throwing a beer, at Ron Artest. I don't know why you would do that, but
yeah. Let's get some world peace up in here, meta world peace. But anyway, my favorite part of this though is how Dusty May came running off of the bench to get his players the hell out of the situation, back up, go to the bench, chill out, regain yourself. People are like, oh, he did that. That's amazing that he did. Well, no shit, he did that. He doesn't want his players suspended, going into the next game into the tournament. Thompson's one of the key inside players for Michigan besides Mara. And don't get me started on the game that Mara had prior to the game against Tennessee. Whenever Michigan played Alabama, Mara played terribly in that game.
I'm just going to say it now. He's really probably the worst player on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, he's okay, but he's a liability. Arizona's got a big 7'2" guy, and he's good.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how good he really is.
Yeah. Well, I think my whole point on the Michigan-Ohio State thing and the Tennessee player, like, if you're going to show fight, do it when it counts. You know what I mean?
I mean, the game's still going on. It wasn't like it was after the game or at halftime or something like that. At least the game's still kind of going on.
At that point,
I understand it.
The game's over.
I understand. Well, it's not over till it says 0-0-0 on that clock.
Excuse me. But I'm just saying, like, you got all this time to chirp and chatter, all these other things. You want to chirp and chatter? What movie is that? The Longest Yard. Remember whenever Paul Crew, he's like, you guys want to beat these assholes? Do it on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I agree, but he's just mad. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, Michigan gets away with a lot of BS too. So that's probably he's probably just mad because they get the calls. Tennessee's not shooting well. Michigan's shooting well. They're down 25 points.
Well,
they haven't scored in 7 minutes. I can understand him being a little pissed off.
Well,
okay?
go get pissed off at your own bench and your own team for giving up 24 unanswered points.
Especially Cadeau or whatever. That's the guy I want to just. Someone needs to get him.
Yeah, coming from North Carolina, unable to do anything, to all of a sudden,
But Yaxel Lindenberg though, he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah, he's a baller. I think he won Big Ten Player of the Year, didn't he?
Yeah, who's the other guy on your team I like? I think it's Bennett, maybe.
McKinney?
But Mara, Cadeau, can't stand them. Both of those guys. One's the smallest guy, one's the biggest guy. Can't stand either of them.
Yeah, people who I overheard, was it Charles Barkley or the guy who sits next to him? Is it Kenny?
Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith was talking about how Mara reminds them of remember Mo Wagner from Michigan?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
No,
didn't like him either.
Wagner could actually shoot.
Didn't like him either. So,
but either way, our last year, our Final Four was all 1 seeds. This year, there's only 2 1 seeds in it. We got Michigan playing Arizona. We have Illinois playing UConn. Me personally, I have UConn beating Illinois, unfortunately, and I have Michigan squeaking out in their tightest game in the tournament so far, squeaking out the win over Arizona. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be Illinois, Arizona, because I can't stand UConn, and I can't root for Michigan yet. Now, I will root for Michigan if they're playing UConn. I won't like it, but I'll have to do it.
I'll send you a jersey.
But Arizona's, they're pretty good. I mean, they're probably going to give them fits because they don't shoot a lot of threes. Arizona doesn't.
Yeah, that is true.
So if Michigan's having an off night, woo, could be a long night for the Wolverines.
Well, speaking of Michigan having a long night, I do have to give a shout out to the Texas Longhorns women's team, who completely decimated the Michigan girls team.
They put BTA.
Yeah, beat the girls 77-41. Duke ended up losing the UCLA, but I wanted to give credit real quick to the Lady Blue Devils. who hit a buzzer beater over LSU the game prior.
That's right.
Got to give him a shout out for that. Coach for LSU. What's her name? I can't believe I'm asking you that.
Isn't it McCalkey or something like that?
McCalkey. Yeah. Anytime you get to see that sourpuss face on
Yep.
the side there, for some reason that brings me joy. Um, but anyway, the Yukon Lady Huskies, um, just extended their win streak to 54, I think now, with a win
Well, they
over.
haven't. I think they're going to be losing here soon because they haven't covered in one game yet in this tournament. Not one.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, their spreads are always ridiculous, but still, they're ridiculous for a reason, and they haven't covered once.
Okay.
So,
Well, they just beat Notre Dame 70-52, and UCLA beat the Duke Blue Devils
yep.
70-58. And then we have a tight one right now. South Carolina just barely over TCU, 35-27. I don't think
It won't. They're going to pull away. It's just
I'm gonna say I
how it
didn't.
how it rolls.
Now in this case, if South Carolina wins, like last year in the men's tournament, then we'll have all one seeds
Yep.
in the Final Four for the ladies.
Well, I don't see how any of them lose. Unless they play each other. That's the only way that's going to happen.
That's gonna be
Anyway, I want to give a shout out to the Notre Dame guard when they played against Vanderbilt. She had a quadruple double, almost a quadruple double. She had 10 steals, over 10 assists, like 31 points, and she had 7 rebounds. So
Sheesh.
shout out to her. That was Hidalgo. Hannah Hidalgo.
Okay.
She's pretty good. She handles the ball like a men's point guard. That's how good her ball handling is. It's really good. She's fun to watch.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, unfortunately, her tournament was cut short.
Yep, she played good in that game too. But sometimes it's not in the cards.
Now, this is a kind of a comparison to what I said earlier about how I think that Michigan, Arizona is a national championship to me. In the ladies' Final Four, if South Carolina survives and beats TCU, UConn, South Carolina, ladies, that's a
I
national championship to me.
I like I That's something about this Texas team. They're I think they could definitely beat both of them. I'm pretty sure they beat South Carolina once this year. So I mean, yeah, I'm not sold on UConn so far. They haven't impressed me. Like they win these games, but they're not winning like how I used to watch when they just win by like 90 every game. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah,
They look beatable this year.
I gotta say, I do enjoy watching the ladies games, the women's games, in the sense of it's more fundamentally pleasing to me. The men
Uh,
games, it's a lot of fast breaks, a lot of alley oops, a lot of whatever. With this, it's a lot of like really set up plays and you know
Sometimes.
yeah, just a little bit more to me. I don't know. I feel like the art of basketball gets more represented in the women's games than the men's games. In that game when the men's game, Tennessee Iowa State, which was an ugly game to watch. If you watched that game, it was terrible basketball to watch. So many bodies hitting the floor for no reason. Just
I,
well,
that's what I mean. Like Tennessee, I knew they could beat Iowa State, but like Michigan, I figured they would play a little bit better against Michigan.
yeah,
But they couldn't shoot. So if you can't shoot, you ain't gonna be in the game with Michigan. You got to at
yeah.
least hit at least 45%.
Now
They're at 31%.
one thing we do have to bring up though is if Michigan beats Arizona and Illinois beats UConn at a Big Ten national championship.
Yep, and I'm all over in Illinois.
Big
all
Ten.
over it.
Big Ten has been tough in basketball this year.
Yep. Yeah, they look pretty good. They look pretty good.
Now, one last thing I got to bring up to you about the Big Ten basketball. Did you see that? I think it's like 4 players from Ohio State have entered the transfer portal. Like 3 of their starting 5.
Well, good. They weren't good anyway. I mean, they really were not that. They were okay. They weren't the best.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing Ohio State basketball get better.
Yeah.
I did see there's rumor that North Carolina could be pursuing Iowa State's coach.
No, I'm pretty sure. Didn't Billy Donovan go to North Carolina? Am I wrong?
Did I miss something? Because I thought he was being interviewed by a reporter and asking him about the North Carolina rumors, and he wasn't necessarily shutting it down. So unless somebody had just gotten signed that I did not see. North Carolina is definitely due for a new coach, though, because that dude was not getting it done.
I mean, I don't know. I disagree. I think this is we're fired him because we're North Carolina, and we think we should be better.
I see what you're saying.
It's like when Ohio State lost to Michigan a couple years ago.
Everyone was
saying Ryan Day to get fired, and then
they won a national championship. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really agree with it. I think it's slow. I mean, weren't they in the national championship like a couple years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And they lost. They lost. But still, they were like an 8 seed.
Yeah. Now,
unbelievable.
You just reminded me of something. I have to call out my fellow Michigan fans for a second. How many times did you hear last year when Ohio State won a national championship in football, right? How many times did you hear about, you didn't win your conference championship, so this national championship is kaput.
Yeah, because they're loons.
Well,
that's why.
Well, Michigan, they didn't win their conference championship in basketball. So if Michigan wins the national championship this year in basketball, it's kaput too. They didn't win the conference. No, I'm saying Michigan fans to be.
Oh yeah, but it's not the same in basketball though. It's not like they lost to Stanford or something. They lost to Purdue. So it wasn't that bad. Purdue hasn't had one for a while either. So
yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. Like
yeah, I get where you're going, but like the basketball one's kind of like all the best teams don't always win in the conference tournament. So
I will say the regular season counts a hell of a lot less in basketball than it does for football.
Yeah, well, it does and it doesn't. Like the regular season, if you have the most wins in the Big Ten, that's like, oh wow, congratulations. But it still means something.
Okay.
Like you're still the 1 seed in the conference tournament. So it's like it still means a little bit. You get a couple buys.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe football take a page out of basketball's books and increase the number of teams to a more, so many people were like, maybe, what was it? I heard 16 teams, and no, nobody's ever going to be satisfied. At that,
No.
if you take it up to that many teams, just eliminate the regular season. Just start the playoff week 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally like maybe like this past couple years, been a few more teams that can win the national championship, but in reality, it's like 5 max. Like there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They probably could upset somebody, and then it's like, oh wow, they're pretty good. No, and then they lose. Yeah, they don't win at all.
Now,
But,
I have an idea that I just thought of. You know how? So right now in college football, there's 12 teams, right? What if? Hear me out. The first 10 teams were in, right? And you know how in college basketball they have the first 4?
yeah.
So put 11 against 14 and put 12 against 13. Make them have a play-in to secure the last 2 spots.
Yeah, but then people are still going to complain because they're going to be like, oh well, I should have been a 10. It's like,
Well,
you
then it
shouldn't
would
have,
have
Alabama.
then it would have
You're
taken
8-4.
then it would have taken teams like Notre Dame who were bitching about not getting in. Well, then you put them up against Tulane or whoever it was, and kind of do away with that. So I mean, then at that point you have number 15 complaining that they don't get a shot, or
Yeah,
whatever.
it won't stop. Whoever's the next one is going to be like, oh well, what do you mean I don't get in? It's like, you guys suck. Shut up.
Yeah. Although I do think Notre Dame got hosed.
I mean, they did.
Yeah,
They did.
they got the Florida State treatment, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I mean, the Florida State one's worse.
It is. It is.
Because at least Notre Dame had 2 losses to the teams that are in the playoff.
Here, I'll say this: Notre Dame, and I can't believe we're already talking about football, but Notre Dame got the Genty treatment from the Heisman Trophy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what.
No. Well, I would say that Florida State being left out to the Genty treatment. That was ridiculous. They gave this Heisman to Travis Hunter because he plays both sides. I mean, look how many snaps he plays. It's so good. It's like, yeah, I saw him get 4 touchdowns against North Dakota State. What did he do against BYU? Nothing.
Yep. Indeed. Well, that can be a part of a short segment here later. I feel like that's a good one. Maybe get another Joe's Crash Out going on here. But until then, we'll go ahead and cut the college. Say anything else college-wise from your end? I feel like
I'm pretty sure the Frozen Four is going on right now. So let's take a look at that. I can't remember who won. I was watching it yesterday. It was Michigan and Minnesota Duluth. Darn thing. Can't find it on here. There we are. Men's ice hockey area. Looks to me that Michigan won. What a shame.
Mid-finals, huh?
No, it's this is now the Frozen Four now. It's Wisconsin versus North Dakota. Denver, let's go Pioneers. Over the Wolverines. Can't have them in there either. I'm going against Michigan all the way. If you don't, I'm not half-assing it. I'm all the way.
Even Michigan plays UConn in the finals.
I will have to root for Michigan then, and that's going to make me sick. I might throw up.
You might not watch.
Honestly, I probably won't. If it's those two, I'm not watching.
At that point, it's a battle of the referees.
Yeah. Wow. Good luck. I don't know who wins that one. I mean, both teams like to just punch people in the face. And
you know what? I have a good idea. You know who should officiate that game if it happens?
Who?
Max Scherzer. And you know why? You remember him in the dugout doing the flip a coin? Strike.
Yeah.
Ball. I feel he should be in there officiating that game.
Or or the guy that was betting in the NBA, the referee. What was it,
Oh
Tim
yeah,
Donaghy?
yeah. I know
Yeah,
who you mean.
we'll get him. We'll get him in here. Referee that game.
Yep,
He'll keep it close.
indeed. Well, college wise, I think that's all we have though.
Yep,
All
that's
right,
it.
all right. Well, stay tuned for the next segment, Pro Sports here at Ro-JoSports.